Hey, do you like comics? I'm holding one in my hand, but today we're not going to talk about Japanese manga, but about the sport in this book. That's baseball. I believe many of you do not even know that Vietnam participated in the baseball competitions at the SEA Games. And although it is still new, there are many storms that are quietly forming in the heart of the cities, waiting for the day to create a widespread impact. Let's meet one of them, Saigon Storm, represented by Mr. Huang.
Hello there, welcome to Saigon Storm Club.
First of all, congratulations to you and your team on winning the very first baseball tournament held by Vietnamese Baseball Federation. This is the very first national championship title of your team, isn't it?
Yes, this is the first championship holding for Vietnam, and especially we are the new team, and then we got the championship for Saigon Storm.
So I was also quite surprised because Mr. Huang is not a team member but a leader and the president of the Parents Association. Are you trusted by parents with the responsibility of tutoring the children?
Lucky that I am, people call me is the captain of the parents, and I feel proud to be a part of Saigon Storm Club. This is the reason why I do my best to do more contribution to the team.
Baseball is probably a sport that not so familiar. Although it's a very popular sport in other developed countries such as USA, Japan, Korea. What were the circumstances behind your decision to take part in this sport?
You know that baseball is not very popular in Vietnam, especially in Ho Chi Minh City. So the club was founded in 2017, and my son joined the club. And then, to be honest, at the first time I knew nothing about baseball.
Just like me.
Yes, and my son joined the team, and I watched they are playing and how they did score. And then I told myself, as the parent, as the captain of the club, I need to know the rules of the baseball. And then I went to YouTube. I play game by myself. I started to know the rules more and more, and come to the actual game. I know how they score and make me very excited from that time on.
So when I was a kid, I know about baseball through cartoons, movies, or comic books. And lately, growing up, when I work in the sports field, I had the opportunity to follow and even try to play baseball, but still did not understand too deeply this kind of sport.
Baseball is not popular in Vietnam. The parent here they say they just send their children to the field just because stay away from game, some physical practice here with the Japanese, with the Korean, with the American. So I have more physical activities. Difficult that the parents didn't know what is baseball. Mm-hmm. And then from time to time, baseball is a good game. Not only physical, but mental. Mm-hmm. That's why the parent as myself, or I realized it's a good game. And more importantly, is the teamwork. Baseball rule is kind of complicated for the beginners.
I believe that.
Yeah. So I can say easy terms for the beginner, for the parent to get to know is the runner. He's run all the bases. The pitcher who throw the ball, and the catcher who use the glove to catch the ball, and the batter, or we call it the hitter, use the bat to hit the ball. So this is popular terms when we start talking about the baseball.
Who will be the coolest player of the team? Pitcher or batter?
Actually, baseball is the teamwork. From my point of view, the pitcher is the coolest guy.
Wow.
The pitcher, because I can say the pitcher is the soul of the team. So if the team have the good pitcher, so he can make the score or he can help the team to win the opponent. There are two teams. Normally we play 9 innings. That each in team have 9 players. There's two teams, and then we call defense and offense team.
Okay.
So each team will play, defense or offense, depend on
Okay.
how the umpire toss the coin. And the defense team is the one who catch the ball. If you can make a home run, there's not enough words to explain the feeling of the team and the feeling of yourself. You feel very proud.
And I know that the baseball gear is
Yep.
also very expensive, right?
Correct. This gear is very expensive. All imported from other country outside of Vietnam. In general, this is the best. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know the price because different level, the pro they play different bat.
Amateur one, how much is it? Do you know?
Average around 200 or 150, $200, something like this. There are two kind of ball. This is the rubber ball and the leather ball. The rubber is normally for the younger kids.
Okay.
It's not
Or for beginner like me.
right. It's rubber. It's not hard and it's safe.
Except,
The leather one is for pro. It's heavy. It's very heavy. The glove here this is a genuine leather. The average I can say is around 150 to 300 and sometimes 400.
so for the professional ones, even
More.
more.
Even more, yeah.
So do you think it will be an obstacle for those who want to try to play baseball?
This is one, the gear cost. This is one of them. Because it's so expensive. The parents and the players themselves cannot afford buying themselves. We are lucky that we get sponsor from other teams like Japanese, American, and Koreans.
So for the kids coming here to play baseball, they can use it, right?
Yeah. Each of them can get the balls for themselves free.
Oh,
Yep. So that is one of the advantages when the beginner join Saigon Storm Club. The biggest obstacle is the field. Like you see, we don't have the official call
right.
the baseball field. Yeah, we play this the soccer field, right? It's not
That's
a
right, that's
official
right.
baseball field. This is one of
it's
the
not designed for baseball.
right. Some parents say that, what is the future of baseball in Vietnam? I would rather, for the first beginning, I would rather send my son or my daughter to soccer team or basketball or other games. But baseball is kind of strange to the parents, right? Because soccer is you become the soccer star. You can earn money.
That's right.
It's the final
You
goal.
can turn pro.
Bro,
Yes.
that's a long-term, career
Yeah,
or vision.
yes.
And how can we get parents involved? How can they see that's the future, the potential future for those young people, right? To become a national team, and who knows, they can make money, a lot of money, right? That's especially after we got the champion, we got a lot of positive feedback from the parents. They really like, okay, there's a future.
Yeah.
There's a future for baseball
Yeah,
players.
that's good.
Stop and three, 1, 2, 3, stop.
Thoải mái.
Chắc tí luôn.
Giờ đi gần bay nó mang băng.
So in Japan, baseball is very famous, and I want to make the baseball more famous in Vietnam also. So if we can make the baseball more popular sports as a football in Vietnam, using the baseball, I want to educate these kids. This is a very good opportunity for the education for the kids through the baseball, I think. So the first is the enjoy. Enjoy is the most important, I think. So yeah, play the game and practice all. Enjoy the first, I think.
When you get someone out on the base, like when you get a ball and step on the base and they're out, I think that was really fun every time I do that. It's mostly because baseball, you have more ways to interact. I think it was pretty fun. I couldn't understand what they're saying, but I knew their actions, so.
Kids these days, now I've got 3 of them, they just want to sit in front of the TV or play video games. So we have to get them away from the screens, get them to actually interact with other kids. And when a game like baseball, you learn a lot about teamwork, and so it's really good for the kids. Baseball is still a very young sport in this country, but it's great to see it developing. So it's good for my son to be with the Vietnamese kids, both boys and girls, and interacting with them and learning the sport, but also with some Japanese and some Korean expert coaches as well. Well, he was born here and grows up here, but in his school at the American International School, they actually have a baseball team as well. So he plays there, but this is a much higher level here. And so I want him to take the next step and learn, learn from these guys. I think Tweed, the coach, has been doing this for 11 years. So it's great to see this all start developing like this.
In the future, if I was a professional baseball, I would really want to be like probably on the A's, and be a famous player. Hopefully, get my number retired.
Very, very small percent actually go to the professional level. But that was my dream when I was a kid. Being a professional would be great, but just playing baseball while growing up is great in itself.
These kids have the very big potential. For the future, 5 years later, 10 years later, I hope if Vietnamese guy come to the Japan and professional, Japan or US, we have the association, and so we can support maybe. Yes, if they want to go to the Japan.
So for the others sport that also new in Vietnam, like golf or basketball, they step by step get their position on the map. But for baseball, it's kind of hard because it's hard for schools or university to set up baseball court or baseball class. So it's hard to spread out to the young generation. So
that's a good point. How we spread out the baseball to outside the community. First now we have having like in school we have we call baseball 5. This is in this school we have the small field. So baseball 5 is just 5 people. Easy.
Oh.
That is the foundation, and for the young people, kids get starting to know what is baseball. Just 5 kids play around, just a small field, and then they toss the ball and then throw the ball and then they run bases. So a kind of spread out the baseball to the school first. How we can get people to know the baseball more and more? We need to have press media.
to broadcast, yeah.
To broadcast and some kind of we call it advertisement for the team, and then when people go there and watch, it doesn't take overnight, but uh, we need to have a better communication, how to spread out the baseball.
Baseball is so new here in Vietnam.
Yep.
So how did you know? How did you make sure that you guys are doing right about the tactic, about the rules, about the training, the games for the kids?
Like I just mentioned earlier, baseball is difficult, and it requires a lot of technique. The slogan is "Safety always comes first to the beginner." For beginners, it's the young kids. There's one dedicated Korean coach tell the kids how to play, show them the correct techniques. Every Saturday and Sunday, that coach tell step by step from very easy, from the very foundational steps of the techniques. How to catch the ball, how to throw the ball is very foundational, techniques. We got a chance we went to Thailand and then we played with other professional teams, and from that we got to learn a lot. They play longer than us. We are new. We learn a lot from the way how they organize the team, the way they organize each position, and the way they do communication between each other. And thanks to the practice like this, and then after the game, and the coach try to correct, the correct techniques to each of the player, and step by step, correction. Practice makes perfect. Again, thanks to the coaches here, they come here every weekends, and then they hope we can play with other teams, and we often play with Korean team and Japanese team in Bình Dương, and we explore ourselves. After each game, the coach try to explain the detail why we lost the score. To get more improvement. Up to now we got a chance to go to Singapore and Thailand. Those two trips get a sponsor.
Oh,
And
that's good.
by from the other club and Japanese, Korean, and also sometimes parents have to contribute some the cost. Yeah. The inspiration is very important, and we get to know some of the most famous players in the world, and especially some of the coaches here, they play very well. They used to play very well, and when they actually play in the game, and then that inspire a lot of the people here, how they play. The inspiration that the coach and give out to all the players, even for the parents, inspiration is important.
The good news for those who love baseball is that we officially have a baseball federation and have our very first national tournament. And you guys are champions, the first champion.
Thanks God, and we work very hard. Of course, along the way, a lot of challenges, but we strongly believe we can overcome our challenges.
How long do you think it will take for us to have another SEA Games team?
Yeah, I remember Coach Thủy. He joined the game in 2009 something. He's the first. He's the first ever join the SEA Games at that time. That is a good point. This is our also planning now, and then since we won the championship, and then we are starting to make the plan. As this is the first generation. We call the next gen. The next gen is like the younger kid, kind of more professional approach. 5 years from now, it's the first generation. Like you say, they can be ready for the SEA Games to represent Vietnam.
So the growing development of new but international sports in Vietnam is a good sign. Hopefully in the near future, we'll see many more Saigon Storms and many more baseball tournaments in Vietnam. And soon we will be able to send representatives of Vietnam to compete international competition over the world. And thank you so much, Mr. Huang and Saigon Storm, for being here with us on Talk Sport. And we wish you nothing but good luck and good health for the upcoming journey.
On behalf of Saigon Storm and the parents and all the players here, thank you Nga and VTV Cap for coming here with the video shooting, and hopefully in the future we have a better event, and Nga and her team we have to support more, to spread out more activity on baseball in Vietnam, especially in Ho Chi Minh City.
Thank you, audiences, for always following us. See you next episode. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.